Hey, what's up guys? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I am your host with a beard, and right now I am on my way to review the brand new 2021 BMW 5 Series. More specifically the 530e, which is a plug-in hybrid that uses the 2-liter 4-inline engine of the 520i paired with an electro motor, which makes for a combined output for around 290 horsepower and 420 newton meters of torque. But first of all, let me give a huge thanks to BMW Peter Donning for making this video possible. Peter Donning is a BMW dealership in the surroundings of Ghent, and they have a nice selection of the latest BMW models, including a BMW M5 Competition, which I absolutely love. I will link their website down below in the description, so make sure to go check them out. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into the review.
This facelifted model of the 5 Series has a much sharper exterior design, which gives it a more upscale appearance than the previous model. Notice how the grille is slightly bigger than its predecessor, and the new headlights kind of lean more towards those on the 7 Series. As standard, the 5 Series comes with these LED headlights, which can be upgraded to the BMW adaptive headlights, as you can see on this picture, or the laser lights, which can be recognized by the blue light strip on top of the headlights. The rear also had some changes. All models of the new 5 Series now come with these square tip exhausts. I love how BMW still puts real exhausts on their cars, as opposed to Audi or Mercedes. The updated full LED taillights look pretty good in this smoky red color. I especially like this black gloss around them, which gives them a more aggressive look. This particular car has been equipped with the M Sports package and these beautiful 19-inch alloy wheels, which look stunning in combination with the blue painted brake calipers. The hybrid models, like this one, can be recognized by the charging port on the front left fender. The trunk, which can be opened through the key, is wide and square, so you can easily fit a lot of stuff in it. If you need to carry even more stuff, you can just recline the rear seats. There is even some storage underneath the trunk floor to fit the cable, for example. The comfort key makes sure you can enter and leave the vehicle without even taking the key out of your pocket. Simply touch the door handle to lock and unlock the car. Entering the new 5 Series, you notice these beautiful heated leather seats with memory function and white stitching. They look so comfortable and can be adjusted in numerous ways to make you feel just at home on long drives. Taking place on these seats, you are greeted by this beautiful M Sports steering wheel with flippers. It feels pleasant in the hands and has a satisfying thick feeling to it. Behind the steering wheel, you will find a 12.3-inch fully digital instrument display, which changes appearance according to what mode you're driving in and has gorgeous high-contrast graphics. Right next to that, you have another 12.3-inch screen, which also functions as a touchscreen. It is larger than the one in the outgoing model, and it is fast and responsive to the touch, almost like a smartphone. And for the first time ever in a 5 Series, we also have Android Auto next to Apple CarPlay, which was long overdue. What I also like is that you can also control this system via this swivel wheel down here that we all know and love, as more and more car manufacturers are moving away from this. To show you an example of the sheer quality of the system, watch this 360-degree top-down camera with crisp graphics so you won't scratch your car while moving in and out of tight spaces. I mean, look how clear this camera is, both in daylight and in darker spaces. Underneath the screen, you also have a wireless charging port for your smartphone and some cup holders as well. Overall, the cabin of the new 5 Series is a pleasant place to spend time in. Everywhere you look, There are quality materials, and the buttons, switches, and levers feel nice to the touch and have a satisfying thud to it. You can choose different trimmings like this matte black finish on the doors and on the dashboard. You have plenty of storage space as well, like in the door bins, in the middle console, the glove box, etc. So practicality won't be an issue at all. The ambient lighting gives it a special gloomy feeling at night. Jumping into the back of the 5 Series, you can see that there is an abundance of room. Look how much knee space I have and so much room for my head. I'm about 5'11", so most people will feel comfortable here, even if they are over 6 foot. You got some storage spaces behind the front seats and in the door bins in the back, and also a couple of cup holders in the middle armrest.
Alright, so let's drive the 530e now. Basically, how does it drive? It's comparable to the 520 diesel that I reviewed a couple of months ago. If you haven't seen that review, I will link it down below. The ride is luxurious, it is comfortable, with a touch of sportiness, exactly what you expect from BMW. And wow, okay, this is cool. So this is a feature I did not know it had. I'm driving around in the city of Ghent and I just entered a low emission zone and the car automatically switched to electric mode. So I was driving in sports mode and it automatically said that you're in a low emission zone and you will drive like the car switched over to electric mode right now. And this is so cool. I wonder how that works. I don't really know that. I think it has to do with the navigation system. And again, I entered a low emission zone, or a e-drive zone as BMW like to call it, and it switched to electric mode. Driving this car around town, first thing I notice is how relaxing, smooth and luxurious the ride feels. These 19-inch rims do make the ride a little bit harsh, but it's perfectly fine still. If you want an even softer ride, you can opt for the adaptive suspension or the smaller rims, 17 or 18 inch. And the second thing I noticed is it drives, like the driving experience is different than the 520 diesel that I reviewed a couple of months ago, but the ride itself is practically the same, which is not a bad thing. Driving in full electric mode, you do have to watch out a little bit for pedestrians and bicycles because they don't hear the car coming. Now I'm in a bit of traffic, so they know there are other cars around that they can hear, but I had it like I was driving through a quiet street and the people did not hear the car coming. They wanted to cross the road and they just kind of like got startled, like, oh my god, there's a car there. Now I'm driving in the assisted driving mode, and basically the car is now following the car in front of me, and when it comes to a stop, this car is just stopping. And okay, if you take your hands off the wheel, it's gonna give you a sign. This is really relaxing. This is good for when we get into traffic jams or congestions, stuff like that. So the car automatically stops as soon as a person in front of you comes to a standstill. Amazing feature, one of the best features in the automotive industry. This is ideal for people who commute daily between work and home. I'm going towards the highway right now to drive to see how it performs in sports mode. This car has a function called Extra Boost. So what is that? When you double tap the sports button, you go into the Extra Boost function. This means that the electric engine of the car will give you extra power for about 10 seconds. And let's slow down a bit so I don't go over the speed limit. And when the road is clear, alright, so now I'm gonna just floor it and okay, whoa. Wow. there is no shortage of power. Not at all. So let's floor it again one more time, and oh my god. This is definitely a more fun ride than the 520 I reviewed. Definitely. Before I drove this car, honestly, I was not a fan of hybrid or electric cars. I was a diehard combustion engine believer, but now driving this 530e, this is an amazing car. You don't notice that it is a hybrid. It's not intrusive in any way. You can turn all the safety features off with just a press of the button. If you drive it responsibly and carefully, it is very economical. It is very low on taxes as compared to a petrol or a diesel engine. It has state-of-the-art technology. So if you're in the market for a mid-sized luxury sedan, which is economical, which is relaxing, which is a touch sporty, you should definitely check out the 530e.